Good morning. My name is Virginia Palacios. I'm the Executive Director of Commission Shift. We came to you with various requests and information throughout the year, and I'd like to review your progress on fulfilling those requests. First, there have been some improvements on transparency related to critical infrastructure and weatherization, as well as providing language access. The Commission published a news release last year after one of the winter storms that reported both gas production volumes and gas storage volumes in comparison to demand from the electricity sector and from residences and commercial facilities. And so we'd like to continue seeing that kind of a comparison. You also provided some information in Spanish that is relevant to the public. Thank you for that. We want to see more Spanish language information that is easily accessible to the public, and we'd like to see interpretation provided at these meetings as well. Some areas for improvement include orphaned wells, carbon dioxide injection rules, public engagement, the monitoring and enforcement plan, the draft waste pit rulemaking, and pipeline safety. The number of inactive unplugged wells this year peaked, it actually peaked at 167,000 in November of 2022, and then it came down to around 149,000 in March of 23, where it basically stayed all year. The number of inactive wells that operators plugged per month was surprisingly consistent, around 600 to 800 every month. And that might indicate that the number of operator-plugged wells are a function of Railroad Commission enforcement staff capacity at the Commission. And so increasing staff capacity to enforce these inactive well plugging requirements might be a really efficient way for you to prevent orphaned wells in the future, which have not really significantly declined in the past year. They're still at around 8,100. Additionally, we never heard any responses from the Commission about why there are thousands of wells on the inactive wells list that are owned by BART operators and probably ought to be on the orphaned wells list. We asked several specific questions at an open meeting, and we never got answers on that. Overall, we've made detailed comments summarizing concerns of impacted community members on draft rulemakings related to carbon dioxide injection wells, waste pits, as well as the draft monitoring and enforcement plan, and the bulk of these comments were ignored. We need you to have a willingness to involve the public meaningfully and to do this differently than you have in the past. I realize that that's a difficult thing to do in a bureaucracy where you're used to doing things the same way all the time. But it's important that the efforts of your agency provide a meaningful public service that reflects the values of your mission statement, including stewardship of natural resources and the environment and concern for personal and community safety. Thank you for the opportunity to give public input, and we'll see you again in the new year.